then also which one of these would connect? What would connect better with your team? Which you could get them behind better, right? These are questions that you want active. You can choose the right goal. A lot of times we're just like, Andy, I'm so sick of talking about this. Let's just choose one. Where's the dartboard? Let's just throw something at it. When you can choose the right one and you can articulate it and you can paint that vision to the team, that's what great leadership is, right? So again, busy is small thinking. Take time to reflect on this. Is a big higher level thinking. You get higher, better results. That's why when we go to the summit, we spend so much time and energy on this, because time is not equal. If you look at Newtonian physics, which is linear, versus something more like Einstein's physics of time, you can get way more like this. What you do here for your business is going to be exponentially more impactful than, all right, I got to go to that gym down the road because, there's a member complaint about the leg press, right? Totally different. It's not the same time. The time that you spend on this stuff, folks, is going to be very, very different than if for all the other stuff. Anyways, okay, so we got the wig now. Now we go to step 2. We got to act on that lead measure. We'll get a little more clarity for those who are newer to this. Act on the lead measure. What does that mean? Garrett, are you out there? I think I see you out there. Garrett, what do you think we mean by act on the lead measure?
Act on lead measures. So lead measures are what you're tracking to get to the goal. So you want to use that data to drive your action steps or decision making.
Yeah. It's very, very, pretty darn close, right? So once you have a goal, you can't actually act on a goal, right? You have to act on the thing that moves the goal, and what moves the goal is your lead measure. So we put a lot of time and effort to determining what the goal is, but you can't actually do anything for your goal. We can't do anything for it. What we can do is we can act on the lead measure. So let's get into that a little bit more. All right. So if your end result is 40 pounds, there is nothing you can do about that 40 pounds. You can't grab it and take it off, right? But what you can do for that 40 pounds is you can exercise 4 days a week with a coach, of course, if you want to maximize your time. And you can track your meals 5 times per week. If we do just those 2 things, those are the lead measures that will get you to lose the weight. All right. For those of you who've been with us for a while, I get it, Andy, blah, blah, blah. But if you remember when you first started, oh, wait a second. What do most owners spend their time? They spend their time on the end results. I got to get revenue. I got to sell stuff. I just need more revenue. I just got to sell more stuff. And they forget you can't just think about selling stuff. You got to do the stuff to sell the stuff, right? You can't just lose weight by thinking and complaining or worrying about it. You lose weight by exercising. And in this example, tracking your meals. Everybody get it? All right. I can convert just one more person on this call, I will be pleased with today's success. How do you choose your lead measures? All right, there's a few ways. All right, this is important. You gotta be predictive, meaning if I do this, this outcome will occur. If I exercise 4 days a week, this weight loss will occur, right? We know that there's 3,500 calories per pound of fat. So if I burn 3,500 calories, keeping my calories intake exactly the same, that is very predictive, right? If I make 50 calls, I should be able to book 4 appointments, right? That's very predictive. So if I want to book 8 appointments, I got to make 100 calls. Very predictive, very predictive. So your lead measure needs to be predictive. Another one that has to happen is it has to be influenceable. Can we actually influence that, right? We can't influence revenue just by thinking about it, right? So that would be considered a lag measure, or it could be a wig, right? A lag measure. We can't influence revenue. We can influence calls. We can influence our closing percentage. We can influence our shows, right? It has to be influenceable. Another one, can it be measured, right? Yes, I did it, or no, I didn't. Measurable. What percentage of it did I accomplish? A couple more here is it worth measuring? Meaning, it takes me 2 days and an hour to figure out if that lead measure was completed, that's not going to be worth it. It's too difficult because you need real-time data. So is it worth measuring? Another one, oh, I kind of jumped ahead. So kind of the same thing. If it takes too much time, you might want to go after another one. All right.